Good Monday morning to you. Rise and shine. Thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock on KARE 11 Sunrise. I'm Alicia Lewis. Jason Hackett will be back tomorrow. I hope everybody enjoyed the beautiful holiday weekend, John. Some say beautiful like me. I loved the snow, but then it was also a hindrance for many others.
It is great, and it's always a hindrance. Again, you almost just have to deal with it, right? You just don't change your plans. You just deal with it. It takes a little longer to get places. As long as you're careful, you can get there. It's beautiful this morning, but it is cold. Getting outside this morning, wind chills are at -1 in St. Cloud, and Brainerd -11, showing off up there. I see we're at 7 here in the Twin Cities. It is cold, but it's not to the. I mean, I've started to struggle talking a little bit now, but when it gets like 30 below, the brain starts to freeze up literally. 7 degrees today, getting up to 20. Cloudy skies. We are going to have some on and off flurries. See, I almost said sprinkles. Flurries today. No impacts. No impacts at all. What are we looking at? Well, we got the coldest air of the entire season right now. We're going sub-zero Thursday, so we're tracking a dive in temperatures Thursday on our second cold front. And yes, we have multiple small snow chances over the next 6 to 10 days. We probably have 8 days that'll have snow, but we're not talking about anything major right now. So we'll time all of this out in your forecast coming up. Good morning, Michelle.
Yeah, good morning. Coldest morning of the season, you were saying, so definitely heat up those cars. Also watch out for some slippery roads, icy roads, slushy roads. MnDOT is reporting all of that this morning, so watch for that. But some good news at the top of the 6 o'clock hour, some relief to some crashes that we've seen in the last 15 minutes or so. From this angle, the scene looks to be clear at 35W southbound near Washington Avenue. At one point, we were seeing 2 cars involved here, 1 car on the snowy shoulder blocking or at least impeding a little bit of traffic as traffic was flowing out of 35W. So if you do see that, or if you see any other incidents on the highways, do be careful as you swerve around it. MnDOT was also reporting a crash on Highway 55 between Lone Oak Road and Highway 149 in Eagan, but I can't see that now on my cameras. So it's possible that scene has also cleared as well. Alicia will be following for any crashes, of course, this morning, as we do every morning, but also this morning in particular, those snow emergency rules. We'll be talking about that coming up.
Yes, got to move that car by 8 o'clock. All right, we'll check back soon. Thanks, Michelle. We've been following breaking news from late last night in Edina. At this hour, authorities are still investigating a violent armed robbery that injured at least 1 person while holiday shoppers were out in full force. This all happened at around 6 o'clock last night. That's when police say they got a call for an armed robbery with shots fired off France Avenue South and Hazelton Road, which is not far from the Galleria Mall. Audrey Russo is live in Edina this morning. And what have you learned overnight, Audrey, about this really scary situation?
Yeah, Alicia, in the last 12 hours, police confirmed that the area is secure and safe once again. You can see there's no police cars behind me. In fact, they just unlocked the doors here at this Lunds and Byerly's. But police didn't specify whether or not a suspect had been caught, arrested, identified. So I know our desk reached out to Edina Police last night, and I reached out to them when I got in this morning. They tell us that they are going to release more information on what happened at some point today. Now take a look at this video. This is what our cameras captured when we arrived on scene last night. You can see Edina police officers searching a black BMW with bullet holes in the passenger side windows. Now, this was in the Lunds and Byerly's parking lot. The Hennepin County Sheriff's Crime Lab was also on scene helping with the investigation. Now, the city tells us a victim was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive, but people were told to avoid this area shortly after the shooting happened. And this is one of the busiest shopping weekends of the year. Alicia, as you mentioned, this was by the Galleria Mall, which is about a 5-minute walk away from where I'm standing. So some of the questions we have this morning, was anything captured on security camera? Was someone specifically targeted? Was anything stolen? And of course, do they have a suspect in mind at this time? Alicia?
All right, Audrey Russo reporting live from Edina. Thanks for that update. 6:05 on your Monday. We're live from New York City just hours before Luigi Mangione, the man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, is set to appear in court. His attorneys are expected to ask the court to throw out diary entries and other evidence in his state murder case. They argue investigators illegally searched his bag when he was arrested. Prosecutors deny those claims. Mangione is also facing a separate federal death penalty case. That case returns to court next month. Developing right now in California, there's an urgent search for the people responsible for a mass shooting at a kid's birthday party Saturday night. It happened in Stockton, which is about 45 minutes south of Sacramento. Police say 3 children and a 21-year-old were killed rather. 11 others were hurt. Police believe it was a targeted attack. Right now, President Trump's top U.S. envoys are on their way to Moscow to continue negotiations to end the war in Ukraine. This comes after more than 4 hours of talks yesterday in Florida between U.S. and Ukrainian officials. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the discussions were productive and showed some progress. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff is also expected to sit down with Russian President Vladimir Putin sometime this week. Let's check on some flights for you this morning as airports across the country are recovering from thousands of delays and cancellations on one of the busiest travel days. Right now, MSP Airport has seen 16 cancellations and 3 delays. Chicago, though, was one of the hardest hit with record-breaking snowfall. More than 1,300 flights were canceled at O'Hare and Midway International yesterday. No matter where you're flying, though, this week, experts always say to keep an eye on your flight status.
The aviation system is really interconnected and it can have a domino effect. So you can be outrightly impacted even without being in that area that's seeing weather.
And a new storm system is taking shape in the Mid-South, which could bring snow to the northeastern part of the U.S. later this week.